So where we were at?
So you're asking me about the whole essence of life, and many people describe. You're asking me about the essence of what is the essence of human nature, and I think human nature in itself is a beautiful thing, but we all live to die without understanding nature. You know, when you look at the plants around us, when you look at the people around us, they're all nature. Look at the air and everything we take in and out around us. It is all nature. But
Nature involves so many concepts that it's impossible to fully understand it.
Exactly.
You come to abstract, metaphysical, foundational. Like there's so many concepts around nature. You have to, like, even history, basic subjects like history, they form a grasp of what we believe in as human nature, as ourselves. But then again, it's impossible to fully grasp and understand and fully know everything about history. Actually, what I believe about history is that in order to fully grasp what we humans are, you have to first understand what we were in the past, so that we can determine what we will be in the future. That is what history is. It is prophecy, but in reverse.
You see, now you're talking about what we were and what we will be. All this describes time. Were and will be. Was and will be. Now, I think that the whole essence of human nature is about time. Time that is, we that live in time are actually matter. Okay?
Matter.
You know, yes.
We're all matter, by
yes,
the way.
we are all matter. Okay? Now, matter is something that occupies space. All this is space. Okay?
Yeah.
But then we try to occupy it with, we try to occupy it with lots of things. Lots of things. The Chinese have that yin yang.
Yeah.
As is above.
In darkness there is light, and in light there is darkness.
That's what I was saying. That whenever you talk about light, what comes to your mind is darkness.
Yeah.
When you talk about darkness, what goes to your mind is light.
Like, the thing is, they're so in between, like linked to each other, but so far apart. Like their concepts, their foundational concepts are just so far apart, yet when you talk about them, they are so linked to each other. Light, like immediately you think of darkness, light. Immediately you think of light, darkness. But when you look at their abstract meanings, then they are so far apart.
Exactly. Now you get my point. Thank you. Because these are totally different worlds. When you talk about light totally exists somewhere else completely. Darkness exists somewhere else completely. It is just like talking about life. When you talk about life, breath, lungs, breathing, that exists there, the other side, extreme. And then you talk about death, that is the lack of breath, And actually wanted to go into the subject of understanding, does death mean a lack of breath? But we shall get to that. So, the whole essence of human nature is time. We occupy, we are matter. Everything around us is matter.
I mean, yes, you could say it's time. I would say it's about us being like animals. Everyone has their own reasons to think of what is human nature, what is its basic form. Me, I would say it's animals. You will say it is time. Someone will say something else. Someone will say something else completely different that no one has ever said before. It even sounds insane, but when you look into it, it actually makes sense. We don't have a definitive conclusion. That is like the beauty of it all. Like, there's so many concepts in this world that we can't really find a real clear answer to, but just a just a will to strive for those answers, like something that will make this world make more sense, the universe be more understandable. That is what is the beauty of humans. We will always search for information and knowledge so that we can further our understanding and reasoning and our advancement of of ourselves, be it selfish or anything else. That is the beauty of it all.
Yes, now you've talked about the universe. The universe and the universal forces that surround us, that's a very deep topic that I think one of these days we are going to go very deep into understanding the universe. Okay? Although you can't completely understand the universe as is, okay? But the universe as supposed to be is a very deep thing. Okay? So that is what I think we agree that, well, human nature is basically those things. So who is the closest to matter? I think the black skin is closest to matter. What do you think?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, when I say black skin, I mean melanin. The melanin on our bodies, the black skin, I think that was the, when you talk about, when we go back in history and then we talk about the first humans, you go to Zinjanthropus and then you get to the Rift Valley and life along the Nile, the Rift Valley region in Tanzania. This is where you have the old Vai George, where you had the earliest man being found there and being found by carbon dating.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when you go into all this archaeology and discovery there, you discover that all this life in the Rift Valley was actually life. Look at the Rift Valley anyway. It has the most rivers, freshwater bodies, lakes, rivers. It has the most mountains. Okay?
Yeah.
Look at most of the migrations. Even when you're moving to, even a lot of life moved from Southern Africa, to move to Eastern Africa. A lot of life moved from West Africa to move to Eastern Africa. And I'm talking about Bantu. Okay? You know what Bantu means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm African. I know what Bantu is.
Of course. Because you are, I am.
Yeah, we both are.
Yes. Ubantu. Okay? So it all comes together in this region. Now, when you look at this region, I think what connects there, it is the black skin. That is, look at the equator that cuts along this line. Direct. The equator is directly into Eastern Africa. Eastern Africa, which separates the southern hemisphere and then the northern hemisphere. That is where life was. This is why they say the black person is the son of the sun, or the child of the sun. Okay?
Yeah.
So there is a lot of knowledge along that line.
Yeah.
Okay? So most of our people
Actually, one thing I've realized is that there are many civilizations that have come across considering themselves like they connect themselves with the sun in a lot of ways. I see the Japanese doing it, the Chinese somewhat, the Europeans have also done it. Many civilizations, I don't know what people love about the sun, maybe it's the light, but they love connecting themselves to it, like as if they are inheritors of the, like as if the sun is like a person and they want to be like its descendant. Like, I don't know.
I mean, when you go into Egyptian history and then you look at Isis and Osiris and then the Eye of Horus and all this Egyptology and all this history of Egypt, it takes you back because, I would challenge you to read what we call the Kemet. The Kemet is like the Ten Commandments in the I'm a Christian, and I solely believe in Christianity, and my roots are deep there. But when you relate all these, and then the pharaohs of Egypt, and then the Kemet, and then the rules of the Kemet, it relates a lot to the Ten Commandments of the Bible.
There's one thing I've also realized. I've realized it for a long time now, but I just don't tell anyone. Everything is interconnected. Like just one small, like imagine if glass didn't exist. What would we be using to drink? We'd use other things, but would they be cheaper, more expensive? Like just those tiny like those tiny minute details in our life. If they didn't exist, everything would be shaken to the core. Like imagine if I didn't exist. This timeline would be vastly different. Imagine that. I mean, it's not certain what we'll be doing in the future, but just me not existing at this moment, where would you be? Where would my parents be? Where would my relatives be? Like just that. How would they go on with life if I wasn't here? If I never even existed?
And that explains the issue of destinies. Okay? Somehow, I don't believe in luck. Do you?
No, I don't. You either make good decisions or bad decisions.
Yeah, you either make good decisions or bad decisions, or stuff was meant to be.
Yeah.
Okay? And if it was meant to be, how prepared were you for it?
Yeah.
Or how unprepared weren't you for it? Okay? So, luck in itself does not exist. And luck doesn't exist because we have a universe. The universe does not prevail on luck. Okay?
Yeah.
The universe is like brings everybody together, so we coexist. Okay? Because I am here, you're there, somebody will be there, you meet people, that meets another person. Now the whole question is, why did I meet this person? And what is my contribution to this person or the other person?
That's the thing. You might never realize it, but just you being in a person's life, that could have changed their fate. You might see them, okay, like for example, they may become a depressed, suicidal guy, but just you being there,
even for 1 minute,
they're like,
changes the script.
Like, just like you see someone is set on a path, on a course to be something else, something completely different from what they are now, because one person or one object, one thing just appeared in their life and made it all go in a free 180.
Yeah, a flip completely. Yeah. That is very true. Okay.
So we upload this on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Remember to like and subscribe for more of this stuff. Well, what do you have to say?
Please join this discussion anytime.
Join, like you can talk in the comments, or you can even ask for my details or his.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.